Have you ever scrolled through social media and just wondered if influencer marketing is, well, just a total shot in the dark? It really feels like you could either hit the jackpot or, waste a ton of money. It doesn't have to be that way. Today, we're going to build a step-by-step playbook to find the perfect influencer for your brand. Let's dive in. So let's start with the absolute basics. When I say the word influencer, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Because I'm willing to bet it's probably not the whole story.
For most of us, this is the image, right? Someone with a massive follower count, tons of likes. You see those big numbers and you immediately think, yep, that's influence. And look, that's not totally wrong, but it's really just the tip of the iceberg.
And here's the thing, focusing only on what's on the surface, well, it's a huge mistake. The real value, the actual power of an influencer, it's hidden just beneath all that, and that's what we need to get to.
And there it is. This is the single most important idea we're going to talk about today. Real influence isn't about having the biggest audience. It's about having the right audience and genuine, authentic authority. It is quality over quantity every single time.
So let's just go ahead and toss out that old, outdated definition and build a new one, a smarter one from scratch.
Okay, check out our new definition. You see that shift in focus? We're moving away from just counting followers, and instead we're focusing on things like authority, talent, and knowledge. A real influencer is a credible, trusted voice on a particular topic. Their power comes from their expertise, not just a number on a screen.
And that authority, it can come from anywhere. It might be an offline talent. Think of a professional athlete or a TV presenter. Or it could be a purely online skill, like a brilliant photographer or a really compelling writer. It could be a journalist with that kind of traditional authority, or a fashion blogger who's built incredible trust with their audience from the ground up. Influence wears a lot of different hats.
All right, so now that we've got a much better definition to work with, let's talk about the danger of sticking with the old one. This is what I call the vanity metrics trap, and you do not want to fall into it.
Here's the cold, hard truth of the internet today. That huge follower count can be a total illusion. To make it look like they have influence, some accounts will just buy fake followers. We're talking bots, ghost accounts. They look impressive, but they will never, ever buy your product. It's basically like paying to put up a billboard in an empty stadium. This slide just lays it out so perfectly. We need to shift our thinking. So instead of just looking at the raw follower count, we need to dig into follower quality. Instead of just likes, we need to be obsessed with the engagement rate. That's the percentage of their audience that's actually commenting and sharing and paying attention. And maybe most important of all, we have to find someone who actually makes sense for our brand.
I mean, when you boil it all down, it's this simple. Our goal is to connect with real people through a voice they already trust. Fake followers are just static. They're noise that gets in the way of that real connection. Our job is to cut right through it.
So how on earth do we do that? Well, it starts way before you even open up Instagram or YouTube. It all starts with a plan. You see, you can't find the right person if you don't know exactly what you're looking for.
Think of this as your pre-flight checklist. Before you even think about searching for an influencer, you've got to have solid answers to these questions. What's the product? Who are you trying to reach? What's the budget? Where do these people hang out online? What kind of content do they love? And finally, what does success actually look like? Is it sales? Is it website visits? The more specific you can get here, the easier everything else becomes.
Let's make this super real for a second. Here's a quick case study. Our product? A fitness supplement. The audience is clearly defined, the budget is locked in, and the channel is Instagram. But look at that goal. It's not just get more likes. No, it's generate 8 sales per influencer. Now that is a concrete, measurable objective that's going to guide every single decision we make from here on out.
All right, you've done the homework, you've got a solid plan, a budget, and a clear goal. Now, and only now, are you ready to actually start the search. So let's go find your perfect match. Okay, let's get super practical. I'm going to walk you through 3 really powerful, really simple search methods that you can start using literally today. We're going to look at using keywords, leveraging hashtags, and even doing a little bit of detective work on your competitors. First up is keywords. This is your most direct route. Just think about what you would type into a search bar. You can search for a specific role like fitness blogger to find people who literally call themselves that. Or you can go a bit broader and search for the whole industry like just fitness to see who the biggest players are in that space.
Next up, hashtags. Now this is kind of like keywords, but it lets you tap directly into existing conversations. Think about the hashtags your ideal customer is already following or using. Dive into those hashtags and just see which creators are consistently showing up with awesome, engaging stuff.
Now this is a pro move. Go look at what your competitors are already doing. Check out their tagged posts, their mentions, who are they working with. This is brilliant because it not only gives you a ready-made list of potential partners, but it also shows you who is already open to doing collaborations in your specific market.
So you've done the research, you've vetted your list, and you have a handful of amazing potential partners. What's next? Well, it's time to actually reach out and make contact. First rule of first contact: forget the casual DM. To be taken seriously, you have to be professional. A clear, well-written email is absolutely the way to go. It introduces who you are, what your company does, and, this part is so important, it proves you've actually done your homework on them and why you think they're a great fit.
Your email really needs to do two things. First, it needs a short, sharp presentation of your company just to establish who you are. Second, and this is the really critical part, it needs a company brief. You should think of this as the complete roadmap for your potential project together.
And that brief needs to be crystal clear. It should spell out the campaign goal, give them guidelines for the content, list out all the required hashtags and tags, and even give specific instructions for things like Instagram stories. Remember, your job is to make it as easy as possible for them to say yes and to do an amazing job. The more clarity you give them up front, the smoother the whole process will be.
So there you have it. You've totally redefined what influence means, you know exactly how to avoid that vanity trap, and you have a step-by-step plan for finding and contacting the perfect partner for your brand. The only question left is, are you ready to go out and find them?